Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about what makes a successful life. If you've spent any time with me, you know that I've shared my lack of enthusiasm for building projects. Putting together furniture or buildings just drives me crazy. Now, that's partly because I have to continually stop to look at the instructions. You see, I can't just look at them once and get to work. If I do, instead of assembling a table, I get a pile of junk. Instead of constructing a shed, I would build an unrecognizable object. I immediately forget what I've just read. And you see the result? It's always devastating. James would say that we need to be people who continually look at God's instruction manual. Why? For the very same reasons. This is what James would say in James 1, beginning in verse 24. For he looks at himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of person he was. But the one who looks intently into the perfect law of freedom and perseveres in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer who works, this person will be blessed in what he does. James has been contrasting the difference between doers and hearers. He's been talking about living life as a Christian compared to the life of a non-believer. And it's here that he continues it with an illustration. James said in verse 23 that the person who looks at God's Word and immediately lives life for him or herself is like a person who looks into a mirror and forgets what they look like. However, the person who looks intently. Now, intently doesn't mean a casual glance. It's not a quick read of the instructions. Intently means a deep, thorough examination and study to understand and commit to heart. Well, does this do any good? Yes, it does. It provides the knowledge and ability to know God's Word, which provides freedom. By engaging in God's Word, we are prepared and motivated to live according to the book. You see, this is kind of the opposite of me with instructions. I glance at the picture and immediately I start swinging the hammer. Let me tell you, this is not the right way. Instead, we are to engage in God's Word and live it out. When we do, we are living out God's best and are blessed because of it. Now, being blessed doesn't mean being free from trials, frustration, rejection, or persecution. But there is favor and reward in this life and in the life to come. Engaging in God's Word does not guarantee perfection in this life. But the best way forward is to be consistent in a life well lived. So here's my challenge for you today. Commit to Bible engagement. It's easy to skim and to check the box for devotions or Bible study. But to do it right, to live out the effects, we must commit to engaging in God's Word. This means reading it. It means reflecting on it, and then responding to it. We know with certainty that consistent Bible engagement results in life transformation. This is what we all want. When we engage the Bible, we are then prepared to win the day.